Welcome once again to Octane Mobile Gaming with yours truly, iOctane. So luckily this morning I got the ultra rare on the second pull of the 500 gem vault, which allowed me only to craft one card rather than two. So I had the ability to craft two cards, the master collection and the ultra rare, but being as I got the ultra rare in the 500 gem vault, I only craft the master collection card, which gives me the ability to craft one card next week if I manage to get either the master collection or the ultra rare next week. However, if I don't get any gold cards next week, I still have the ability to craft both cards on the final event of the season, which is a Fire Slayer event. Okay, so let's get onto the deck. So this is the combination that I showed you yesterday, and that's a combination that I'm actually using today with the addition of the ultimate form, which gives the deck a 900% damage attack boost from the killer skill. So this damage increase, so it's not an attack increase and a damage increase, so this 900% damage increase is really critical. So this combination goes from a deck on its maximum attack would be able to put out around about 30 or 40 trillion damage, and on the second attack, which Blitz will use the nuke damage, would be multiplied by 5 if you use 3 keys. So if it's 35, 5 times 35 is just over 170 trillion damage. That's with this one. With this one, however, the damage goes right up to anywhere from 65 trillion to about 89 trillion, which gives you the ability to deal way over way over 200. I think the maximum damage I got was about 370 trillion damage on the nuke attack from hard-won Gorillaz. So hard-won Gorillaz, I keep going on about hard-won Gorillaz and Freedom Fighter. Freedom Fighter, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to get Freedom Fighter anytime soon again, because it's no longer in the Proving Ground store, and it was the card that you could get last season. I think it was, you could get it last season from the retro pack. So if you didn't manage to get Blitz and the ultra rare from the retro pack last season, you probably won't be able to get that card Freedom Fighter again or anytime soon. However, you can get hard-won Gorillaz. You can get scale plated slasher from the Proving Ground store. You can also get the master collection card from the Proving Ground store. However, you can only craft one choice coin, one gold choice coin. Don't know why it is that way really, because that gives you the ability to craft 10 cards from the Proving Ground store within a year. You need 2 cards to create ultimate form, so I think you should be able to craft actually 2 choice coin. Should be able to craft 2, because you only can craft 1 ultimate form if you can only buy 2 coins within a season anyway, and you've got 5 events per season, so you'll have to choose which killer skill you're gonna craft. So I think they should actually change it from just crafting 1 to 2. That's what I believe, and I've been saying it for a long time, but it's up to Network to change it. I really think they should change it. But as I said, you can get hard-won Gorillaz this Saturday. You will be able to get the master collection card and the ultra rare from the retro pack this Saturday. Please, please, please do invest in those 2 cards. Do invest in this card. It's a really good card along with Freedom Fighter. Okay, let's get on to the deck now. So I'm using the Defiant Duet. Defiant Duet is a commander card. However, the skill that it has generates quite a bit of power gem. It creates 4 power gem 4s and 3 earth power gem 2s, and add a swarm buff for 1 turn. then delays the enemy attack for 1 turn. While the swarm buff is active, if any card that uses a turn delay, it will create a additional 2 power gem 4s. So it will actually activate itself. So it will activate the swarm buff, then it will delay the enemy, then it will create an additional 2 power gem 4s. The jailers actually delays the enemy, so it increased the enemy turn count by 1. So this will activate Defiant Duet's skill, again creating an additional 2 power gem 4s. It will also create 5 power gem 3s, and it will create an extra power gem based on intensity. 100 in arcane intensity will give you an additional power gem. Whenever a hero delays the enemy turn, it increases arcane killer attack by 1200%. So now you see the synergy between the jailers and the Defiant Duet. So the Defiant Duet is going to activate his skill, delay the enemy, creating more power gems, and also increase arcane killer's attack by actually doing a delay. So the jailers will increase the attack. The jailers will also activate this passive as well because it delays the boss. So you can see the synergy between these 2 cards. Hard Won Gorillaz. Hard Won Gorillaz is a arcane killer card. So when arcane killer attack is increased, the damage output of this card will increase. So if this card can do 10 trillion damage on the second turn, when it does the nuke damage, if you use 3 keys, that will be multiplied by 5. So that 10 trillion will go up to 50 trillion, making this card really, really powerful. And that's the beauty of this card. Now I've just taken it up to 3 pink star. On Saturday I will be buying those 2 cards to get it up to 4 pink stars. Consecrated Visitors increases arcane killer's attack as well by 1200% each time turn delay battle skill is used. So this one works in synergy with these 2 as well. Also creates power gem. Now the Intrepid Voyagers. The Intrepid Voyagers is primarily there for one reason. Well, 2 reasons really. It's primarily there to give us the 900% damage boost, and it's there to generate power gems. So it will create 4 power gem 5s on activation, then it will create an additional 4 power gem 5s on next turn as well if the surroundings are mapped. Now we're not using the ultra rare, so that part of the skill will not be active at any time because it's only there to give us that 4 power gem 5s and give us the killer skill status. So that's primarily why that card is there. This deck, let me tell you, is absolutely powerful. If you've got a 6 pink star Hard Won Gorillaz, you'll be doing massive damage, probably about 400 trillion, 500 trillion damage. Now this variation works as well. However, Unbreakable Sisterhood only gives you 400% damage increase, which is not bad. 400% is better than nothing. It will be just below half of the damage that its counterpart can do, but it is really powerful. So if you've got these cards in your deck, try this combination. You'll see that it works really well. The relics that I'm running is the relics that I got from the vault. I'm running the ultimate relic that I got, the rare relic, and the 2 main relic, plus this one. I'm just running this one primarily because it gives a boost to Hard Won Gorillaz, and it will create 4 power gem. It will create 4 earth gems and 1 power gem regardless of how many Slayer cards you've got on the deck. Now the current relics only create gems based on the amount of cards that you've got on the deck. So the, say for instance, this one will only create one earth gem based on the amount of Slayer cards you've got on the deck. And I've got 4 Slayer cards. I've got 3 Slayer cards really. No, I've got 2 Slayer cards. Unbreakable Sisterhood and Hard One Gorillaz are the only two Slayer card I've got on the deck. So it only create 2 per relic. So this one will create an additional 4, which gives me the ability to actually do a gem crush. And if you can crush 2 columns of gem, you actually power up your battle skill, and your battle skills are ready to use straight away. And that's the beauty of gem crush. I like that particular part of gem crush. So we're gonna use the deck, and we're gonna see how well it performs. Let's see if we can find a boss that is worthy of our attention. Nothing really. We haven't got any boss with extremely high health. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do this one. So we're gonna use, let's see, we're gonna use 3 keys, and we're gonna see the damage output on the deck. Come on, internet. Okay, so first up is this one. And always activate the Defiant Duo first. So you get the status, Swarm buff status, and then you activate all the other cards. There you go. My gems are crushed, just match my gems. A lot of people don't really like gem crush. I think a lot of people find it counterproductive, but I actually find it quite 69 trillion for Hard One Gorillaz, which is really a good damage output. Multiply that by 5 and you're almost looking at 350 trillion damage. So let's try Unbreakable Sisterhood. So I'm going to use 3 keys as well. The thing is that with this combination, you can play it one of 2 ways. You can use it as a 3-turn deck, or you can use it as a 2-turn deck. So as a 2-turn deck, you're gonna activate all the cards, including Unbreakable Sisterhood. Swap your gems. Boss will be dead anyway. Let's see the damage output. So 32 trillion for this combination, but just remember that we did not use the battle skill for Unbreakable Sisterhood. So we're gonna use it as a 3-turn deck now, and I'm gonna use 9 keys because we want to see the maximum damage output. Not like I need 9 keys to kill the boss, but we just want to see the power that the deck can actually generate. We're gonna use it as a 3-turn deck now to get the maximum amount of power gems from the deck itself. So we'll pop the cards. So Unbreakable Sisterhood is going to create its power gems now when it's hit by the enemy. So it gets attacked by the enemy. There's all its power gem. You activate all the other cards. So you've got far more power gems on the board than we last had. Didn't swap power gem. That was really bad of me. 23. We only got 23 because I didn't manage to swap the power gems. So we're gonna do that again. This time I'm gonna make sure that I actually swap the power gems. 3 keys again. Hopefully this boss doesn't die in turn 1. I'm not really gonna do a cheap deck today because it's a sleigh event, and I don't think a cheap deck is going to perform really well in a sleigh event. So we're gonna activate Unbreakable Sisterhood. Gonna activate all the rest of our cards. This time I'm gonna swap the power gems, and I'm gonna see what the damage output looks like. So power gems are swapped this time, and there you go, 39.5 trillion damage for on-worn Gorillaz, and that's the difference between the two decks. One deck gave me 69.5 trillion. The second deck gave me 39.5 trillion. So it's almost half of what the first deck gave me. But as I said, both variation will work really well within the event. This one will work better, obviously, because it's got a higher damage boost from the killer skill of Intrepid Voyager. But this one will work really well as well if you've got this combination. So you can put together this combination if you haven't got the Intrepid Voyagers. This one will work really, really well. So try out this combination. It works, it's good, it's powerful, and as I said, Hard Won Gorillaz is a staple card. It's one of the best utility cards that we got in the game at the moment. Freedom Fighters, you won't be able to get that right now. Probably a later date you'll be able to get it again, but for now, concentrate and try and get in Hard Won Gorillaz on Saturday when it comes out. All right, and try out this deck. It works really, really well. I'm actually doing quite well in the event at the moment. Up to 8th place in the Emperor League. So I got promoted from the Kings League last week using the deck combination that I showed you during possible deck combination, and I managed to finish first in the Kings League. Now I'm in Emperor League. I'm in 8th place. It's the first day of the event, so I'll be definitely trying to get up into the top 5 and see how high I can finish using this deck combination. Okay, so that's all I've got for you today, guys. It's a really good deck, a really powerful deck. Try it out. If the information was useful, leave a like on the video, subscribe as well, share the video. Until next time, I Octane saying peace, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great day. Bye for now.